everyone. I'd like to talk today about how we can use different arrangements of the lead that you walk your dog with to help manage them on their walk a little bit better, to help them to work with you a little bit better. So if you've got a harness, ideally you want one with 2 points of attachment, so one in the center of the back and one in the center of the chest. Now, if you were going to only have one lead attached to this harness, you would need it to be attached to the back of the dog. But what are you doing? But if you're going to use 2 points of attachment, there are some different options that we can take to help the dog work better with you. And we can use either a normal lead or 2 normal leads, or you can have a double-ended lead like this one, which has got a clip on each end. And Gandalf has very kindly come out with me to demonstrate some of the different options for you. So we'll take a look at that now. So here we've got him in the harness with the double-ended lead. We've got one end attached to his back and one end attached to his chest. And if the dog is quite good at following you, then you don't really need the collar as well. So if we're going to work with the 2 ends of the lead, then if you use the end attached to his back, that's going to mean that he can lean into the harness, but that may be enough for some dogs. The lead at the front helps with steering, and we'll see if we can demonstrate that for you. So we can use our hands separated on the lead to encourage the dog to walk alongside, perhaps having this back lead a little bit shorter, the front lead relaxed. And if you want to turn the dog, you can relax the back lead and encourage him to turn by a little extra pressure on the front or stroking that end of the lead. So this is another option that I use with Gandalf quite often. I have the lead attached to his collar, but also the second one is attached to the front ring of the harness. And this gives me the best of both worlds. I have the directional control that comes from the collar, but also if he does get excited and bounce around, then the lead attached to the harness means that I'm not going to put strain on his neck. Like that. So another option that you have, if you normally walk with just a collar and lead, but you need a little bit of extra control sometimes, is to loop the lead around the neck. And you can either hold with 2 hands, one on each side, or you could put that all in the one hand and work here. But this extra pressure around the chest can help control and calm the dog if you get caught out occasionally and you've not got a harness on them at the time. So this is my real belt and braces arrangement. I've got the double-ended lead attached to the 2 rings on the harness, but I also have the collar and lead. So if I'm working like this, then I've got the directional control from the collar, from his neck, which is what he's used to, but I have the harness to steady him with, to guide him with, and also to help redistribute the weight if he gets excited. So if I have a dog that tends to pull, if I am allowing him to pull into the harness with my hand holding to the ring at the back, then it makes it more comfortable to pull. It takes the pressure away from his neck, but it's not doing anything to help resolve the pulling in itself. Now if we allow the hand at the back to relax and we take the weight through the hand attached to the front lead, then what that's going to do is, as the dog chooses to pull, then it's going to turn him in a circle rather than him get to go further forward. And this can help to reduce the tendency of the dog to pull. Sometimes we find with greyhounds that just the fact that they've got the harness on, that little bit of security around the chest, can work almost like a thunder shirt and give them the reassurance they need to stop pulling, or at least reduce pulling in the first place. If the dog's distracted, it's also helpful to move into their line of sight. before you ask them to come with you. So I hope you found that useful, looking at some of the different options for how you manage your lead or leads on your dog to walk better with them. And I hope that leads to a better relationship with the dog while you're out for your exercise. We'll be back again soon. I'll see you then. Bye for now.